Although I was born in the late 80s, I was very much a child of the 90s. Growing up, I seen it all. The 16-bit era of video gaming, and of course the era of the Sony PlayStation and the woman who gave a lot of us a reason to want one. Lara Croft and the Tomb Raider franchise gave us years of immersive, imaginative gaming. We solved puzzles, we shot bad guys, and through sheer will, determination and countless retries, we tracked down artifacts. Lara's popularity went from strength to strength. She then reached the big screen and truly came to life. But just like all good things, Lara and her adventures came to an end. But in 2013, the Tomb Raider franchise was given a complete overhaul. Lara's backstory and everything we knew about her was all about to change. The current remakes of Tomb Raider are like a non-stop action adrenaline thrill ride packed full of explosions, gun battles and other abseiling nonsense that makes me feel like I'm playing Uncharted more than I'm playing a Tomb Raider game. But I like Uncharted, so that's fine, and it's par for the course on the next generation of consoles. Games are now more like playing through a very exciting movie, but as a result, I really haven't a fucking clue what the story is about because the game doesn't give you time to process anything. It's all go, 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 and when there is a brief interlude, you're trying to figure out some crazy physics-based puzzle. It's all very rinse and repeat. In these iterations of the game, Lara is always in search of some artifact that, if found and abused, could spell disaster for the world, and a mercenary group known as Trinity always seems to be after the same thing she is. Now these games are a far cry from the slow-paced original games that gave you time to process everything. The isolation was part of the charm. You dialed in, you had to pay attention if you wanted to progress, but I can't seem to do that with these newer games. I feel the intensity, I'm along for the journey, but am I truly present? I'm constantly climbing, running and being hunted. That tomb raiding or the story seems to be the last thing in my mind, and so I keep mindlessly wandering down this linear path. I don't really have to think because it's impossible to get lost. All I have to do is click on the analog stick and there, that's where I'm going. I'm essentially being spoon-fed the entire time. I suppose another reason I'm probably tuning out the story, aside from the ADHD, is that in this version of Tomb Raider, Lara isn't the confident, dual-wielding pistolero we all grew up with. No, this Lara's different. She's whiny and insufferable, her hair is stupid and her voice is grating. Everything she says sounds like the whiny angst of a teenager that isn't getting her way. God, even when she finds an artifact or when she reaches the camp and starts narrating her stupid feelings, it's like a never-ending melodrama of protracted sentences that read like an emo diary. It's annoying. She's somewhat inexperienced, lacking the confidence, prowess and class of the original Lara. Instead of her guns and backpack, she's got 2 ice picks, 1 sidearm, a radio and a bow, which, if I'm honest, is more practical. Throughout the game you pick up different weapons and unlockables, but good luck getting any good use out of them because the aiming and hit detection is awful. Either that or I'm just awful, but all critiques aside, these are fun games to play through and I enjoyed what little challenge there was. And I can't deny some of the breathtaking scenes that these games have to offer. Some moments of the game are absolutely picturesque, but for me it just isn't Tomb Raider, not in the way us kids from the 90s know it, such to the point that a lot of the fandom outright doesn't count these 3 games as official canon. So why not make a movie based off this version of Tomb Raider? What could possibly go wrong, right? So here it is, Tomb Raider 2018 starring Who Gives a Fuck. Tomb Raider 2018 is basically a reimagining of the 2013 video game, but the story differs ever so slightly. In all honesty, I was looking forward to the movie when I first heard about it. I may have been hoping for the return of Angelina, but instead we got Alicia Vikander, a relatively new actor who starred in a bunch of movies I have no desire to see, probably because I'm getting too old, but I promise, I will try to put my bias aside. So yeah, in Tomb Raider 2018, just like in the 2013 video game, Lara is a young scrappy underdog who up until the first few minutes of the movie has refused to accept her massive inheritance and the Croft Manor because she just can't get over the disappearance of her father, and accepting the inheritance would mean accepting that her father is truly gone. So she works as a bicycle courier to get by and trains in an MMA gym. She scrapes by just barely being able to afford her rent, a far cry from the battle-ready warrior she was in the previous films. Reluctantly, Lara eventually goes to sign the contracts at her father's farm, but when she gets to it, she's given a puzzle at the signing with a key inside that opens her father's secret tomb at the manor itself. The tomb is basically a hidden man cave full of artifacts and various other wonders like an ancient iMac with a bottle of baby oil and a box of tissues next to it, a ton of passports and other bric-a-brac nonsense. But most importantly, it's where Lara figures out her father's last possible location, on a conveniently labelled camcorder that says, "Play me." Through her father's video log, she discovers the last project her father was working on, known as the Himiko project, and so it's off to Hong Kong to find the lost island of Yamatai and track him down. Reaching the island is where I feel the movie truly begins. Honestly, if you just start the movie 36 minutes in, you're good. Really, it's all filler up until this point. Was there really a need for any of this backstory bullshit? Absolutely not. It all could have been condensed into a 1 minute dream sequence. Here, look, I'll do it. Ah, look at me, I'm shit at boxing. Ah, where's me da? He had a secret man cave. I have to go to an island now. So yeah, 36 minutes in and the boat Lara took to the island crashes into a bunch of rocks, marooning her on the island of Yamatai, and so it begins. You know, a strange thing started to happen when she reached the island. The movie actually started to get kinda good. The breathtaking, edgier seat action scenes that happened in the video games were all very much represented in this film. And for all its fault, much like the games, the movie has some beautiful and breathtaking scenes. And its fast-paced combat would give any good 90s action movie a run for its money. I was also really impressed with the tomb and the puzzle solving, which are key components in the game. The movie was directed by a man named Roar Trog. Never heard of him before this, but credit where it's due, the man did his homework. So when Lara reaches the island, the odds are hilariously stacked against her, as Trinity's foot soldiers have control of the island and every other person who accidentally wound up there. So basically, Trinity are looking to find and open the secret tomb of the ancient Queen Himiko, but through her father's research, Lara knows that if this happens, a deadly curse will be released upon the world. The leader of Trinity's army, Matthias Vogel, played by Walter Goggins, is not so much ruthless but desperate to find the tomb, as he has more or less been held against his will until the mission is complete. He's being kept from his family. Sure, he's ruthless, sure he's a bad guy, sure what he's doing is evil, but a part of me empathises with his situation, and it left me wondering, would he really be doing all of this if he could make the choices for himself? He simply just wants to get back to his family and is stopping at nothing to do so. I can't say I'd be much different. Overall, the movie reaches a satisfying enough ending, but the movie just isn't for me. It's simply a product of a different era. Granted, it's an era I'm currently living through, but like a lot of people my age, I'm just not attuned to it. The movie is very much for the people who are and who adore this iteration of Tomb Raider, and maybe if you're one of those people, this movie will be for you. And if you can manage to catch it on TV or Netflix, honestly, I hope you enjoy it. But I much prefer the Angelina era. There was supposed to be a sequel to this movie, but unfortunately it never came to be. The movie did okay at the box office, but it wasn't the mega hit people were hoping it would be. There's also currently an animated series on Netflix at the moment that is also based off this era's Tomb Raider, but I just couldn't get past the first few minutes of it. I'm sure you can figure out why. But if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me. This has been Tomb Raider, the one that failed by Richie Kearns Productions. Thank you very much for watching.